Uncovering the hidden world of cybercrime. Cybercrime has developed into a pervasive and sophisticated threat as a result of the interconnected nature of the world in which we currently reside. On the other hand, cybercrime occurs within the virtual realms of the internet, which makes it less visible but equally impactful than traditional crime, which may take place in the actual world. Cybercrime is less visible than traditional crime. The hidden world of cybercrime consists of a complex network of acts and people, each of which contributes to an ecosystem that poses huge hazards to individuals, businesses, and governments alike. This ecosystem is a result of the fact that cybercrime is a global phenomenon. There has been a substantial amount of progress made in the subject of cybercrime ever since the internet was first introduced. At first, the primary focus was on relatively basic acts of vandalism or illegal access to computer systems. This has since shifted to a more complex focus. Although they were disruptive, the activities of early hackers were often not motivated by financial gain. This is despite the fact that they were damaging. Early hackers were typically driven by curiosity or the challenge of getting into security systems. They were motivated by both of these factors. In tandem with the development of technology, the methods and motivations that cybercriminals employed in order to accomplish their crimes also advanced. The introduction of high-speed internet, mobile technologies, and cloud computing all contributed to the rise of new vulnerabilities, which in turn led to the development of cybercrimes that were more sophisticated and financially motivated with a greater focus on financial gain. One of the most noticeable aspects of the contemporary landscape of cybercrime is the spread of ransomware attacks. These attacks involve malicious software encrypting the contents of a victim's computer and then demanding a ransom in exchange for decrypting those data. In many cases, these assaults are carried out by criminal gangs who are extremely well structured and have access to a significant amount of resources. There has been still another significant development that has taken place, and that is the spread of advanced persistent threats, sometimes known as APTs. Attackers using advanced persistent threats, APTs, are able to steal sensitive information or compromise key infrastructure by gaining a foothold in a system and remaining undetected for extended periods of time. This allows them to steal the information or compromise the infrastructure. Most of the time, these assaults are targeted and last for a long time. The vast majority of the time, these assaults are either carried out by trained groups that have access to huge resources or are sponsored by a state. The term dark web refers to a section of the internet that is not searched by traditional search engines and can only be reached through the utilization of specific software, such as Tor, the onion router. As a result of this, having an awareness of the dark web is a vital component in having an understanding of cybercrime. As a result of the fact that it enables its users to keep a certain amount of anonymity, the dark web has developed into a center for criminal activities and transactions. Through the use of the dark web, criminals who commit cybercrime have the capacity to buy and sell stolen data. Notable among these is information pertaining to credit cards as well as personal identities. Additionally, it serves as a marketplace for exploitative content and hacking services, with transactions being made feasible through encrypted communication channels and anonymous payment systems, such as cryptocurrency. In addition, it works as a marketplace itself. Cybercriminals employ a wide range of tactics and technology in order to achieve their objectives, which is why they are so successful. Ransomware, viruses, worms, and Trojan horses are all examples of malicious software that are designed to disrupt computer systems, cause harm, or gain unauthorized access to them. Other examples of malicious software include Trojan horses. Phishing is one example of a social engineering technique that can be used to trick individuals into giving sensitive information or downloading malicious software. This can be accomplished by using many methods of social engineering. Distributed denial-of-service attacks, often known as DDoS attacks, can be carried out with the help of botnets, which are networks of hijacked computers that are controlled remotely by cybercriminals. DDoS attacks involve flooding a target's servers with an overwhelming quantity of traffic, which ultimately causes the servers to fail. Exploits are exploits that take advantage of vulnerabilities in software or hardware in order to gain unauthorized access to a system or to elevate privileges inside that system. Exploits can be executed in order to accomplish either of these goals. The consequences of criminal acts done online are serious and far-reaching for society as a whole. Because of this, it is possible for individuals to experience significant mental anguish, financial loss, and identity theft as a result of the situation. It is possible for consequences to have a lasting influence, having an effect not just on a person's reputation, but also on their ability to successfully maintain their financial stability. Companies are vulnerable to experiencing major financial losses as a consequence of direct theft, fraud, and disruptions in their operations. These losses can be caused by a variety of factors. When it comes to defending against attacks, the costs that are linked with it might be rather high. These costs include legal fees, charges associated with customer notifications, and costs linked to activities related to remediation. In addition, companies run the risk of having their reputations damaged, which can lead to a reduction in the trust that customers have in them, as well as a decreased edge over their competitors. In addition to posing a threat to national security and public safety, cyber attacks that target governments and public institutions can also result in the loss of valuable data and disrupt essential services. Private firms and hospitals are two other types of organizations that are vulnerable to various forms of cyber attacks. Cybercrime is responsible for the annual loss of hundreds of billions of dollars to the economy of the entire world, which gives rise to the significant economic impact. Direct losses, expenses associated with recovery, and the effects on productivity and creativity are all included in this category. In order to effectively address instances of cybercrime, it is essential to employ a multifaceted strategy. The number of law enforcement agencies that are placing a greater focus on dedicated cybercrime teams that are equipped with cutting-edge equipment and specialized training is growing at an alarming rate. In light of the fact that cybercrime regularly transcends national boundaries, it is imperative that international cooperation be established. The facilitation of international cooperation in the pursuit and capture of criminals is the responsibility of organizations such as Interpol and Europol, which are responsible for this responsibility. For the purpose of preventing cyber attacks, it is necessary for individuals and organizations to initiate and implement comprehensive cybersecurity policies. A few examples of these practices are the usage of strong passwords, the activation of multi-factor authentication, and the maintenance of software that is kept up to date with the latest security patches. Protecting sensitive information by encrypting it and creating backups on a regular basis are also critically vital. It is essential to educate users about potential dangers and safe behaviors that can be implemented online in order to aid individuals in detecting phishing efforts and avoiding suspicious links. This is done with the intention of supporting individuals in avoiding suspicious connections. It is of the utmost importance for businesses to provide themselves with incident response strategies that are clearly articulated. Methods for detecting, containing, and mitigating cyber incidents should be included in these plans. Additionally, methods for communicating with regulatory agencies and stakeholders should also be included. The ongoing development of new technologies will have an effect on the manner in which criminal activities related to cybercrime will develop in the future. Artificial intelligence, AI, and quantum computing are two examples of technologies that are only starting to emerge and bring with them both opportunities and challenging constraints. It is feasible that artificial intelligence might be used to boost cybersecurity defenses by identifying trends and irregularities in big databases. This would be accomplished through the use of the technology. On the other hand, cybercriminals might also use it to develop more sophisticated attacks or automate certain aspects of their operations. This is another potential application of this technology. Quantum computing is a major reason for concern when it comes to the protection of sensitive information, because it has the potential to circumvent encryption methods that are currently in use. Researchers are currently working on developing encryption methods that are resistant to quantum computing in order to address this new threat that is emerging. Because of the rapid advancement of technology, the methods that cybercriminals use will continue to evolve in line with the growth of technology. Because of this, it is anticipated that the fight against cybercrime will be a continuing conflict that will call for continuous innovation, collaboration, and vigilance from all elements of society. For the goal of protecting individuals as well as institutions in a world that is becoming increasingly digital, it is vital to have a full awareness of the complexity of the hidden world of cybercrime and to stay well ahead of new risks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.